Welcome to beautiful Denver, Colorado for the 2010 ISTE National Convention. The topic of this afternoon's workshop is funding for online education. In these trying economic times, the cost of higher education is a concern for most. Before I introduce our keynote speaker, let me share some interesting facts with you. According to the College Board, most students can expect to pay from $172 to $1,096 more dollars than last year in tuition and fees. The average cost of a public four-year college rose 6.5% from last year. The average cost of a four-year private college is $26,273 per year, which is up 4.4% from last year. Is distance education a viable alternative for prospective students? Of course, distance education offers flexibility, independence, and the ability to allow students to work full-time while pursuing their degree. But how do high school students perceive distance education? Would reform in funding for online education change their perspective? When high school seniors were presented with the following scenario, this was their response. If the college or university of your choice offered you a full scholarship with the stipulation that you had to complete the program entirely online, would you accept it? Why or why not?
I personally believe that the college experience should be on campus and at a university, or else, you're not interacting with people or professors and you're just staring at a computer screen. And I personally believe that you're really not getting the full college experience, and it's basically like you're just at home and not really part of a community or a university.
I wouldn't take it because I'm not a computer person that can stay online for a long time.
If I had to choose to go to college or stay online at my house, I think I'd stay at home for free, because I could do so much more with that money that I would be spending on regular college as opposed to online college. So like if I use that extra money, I could buy things that I can't name right now.
If I had to choose between college online and college at the campus, I would choose college at the campus for the fact that I find that online learning and teaching isn't all that great, and you can pretty much figure your way through it, but if you go to an actual college, you'll be like challenged and you'll actually have people there that can help you.
These were the responses of current graduate students.
I'm currently a graduate student online in Drexel School of Education, and if I had applied for an on-campus program and they said, if you do this online, it's free, I most certainly would have. It's mainly based on the fact that I'm doing an online program now, and it's much more accommodating than I was a little nervous, and it is very accommodating. And the sheer cost of it, I don't know that I would have done my original four-year undergraduate online based on the outside academic experience of college in the socialization and meeting friends and living away from home and so forth. But as a graduate student, absolutely.
I would not participate in a program that was given entirely online, even if I was offered full tuition for it, mainly because I feel like a discussion classroom is a major component of any undergraduate or graduate coursework.
Our keynote speaker called education the most pressing issue facing America. He has expressed his commitment to work under the leadership of President Obama to strengthen our economy by producing a workforce that can make us as competitive as possible. During his tenure as CEO of Chicago Public Schools, the number of students taking advanced placement courses tripled, and the number of students passing AP courses more than doubled. He boosted the total number of college scholarships secured by Chicago Public School students to $157 million.
Hi, I'm Arnie Duncan, the Secretary of Education. Education has been a lifelong passion and calling for me. My mother started an inner city tutoring program before I was born. Along with my sister and brother, I grew up as a part of her program, and it was just an absolutely formative experience for me. And so many of the lessons I learned as a young child being a part of her program have really shaped my educational philosophy. So after I went to college, I played professional basketball in Australia for 4 years. Came back to Chicago to run an education nonprofit called the Ariel Foundation. I ran an I Have a Dream program where for 6 years I worked with a group of students and their families to help those students prepare to go to college. I worked with them from 6th grade through 12th grade. During that time, I started a small public school from the outside called Ariel Community Academy. It's a very high-performing neighborhood school still today in Chicago. And then 10 years ago, I joined the Chicago Public Schools, and for the past 7.5 years, I was the CEO of the Chicago Public Schools. So many great memories of Chicago, and it's been my home, so it's a difficult move for my wife and our 2 children, but we just feel so thrilled about the opportunity. But I feel so lucky to have the chance to work on something that obviously I care so deeply about, and to work for the President. President Obama is just an extraordinary visionary around education. I've been lucky to work with him over the years and to call him a friend, and I think with his leadership we have a chance to do something very, very special here in America.
The Department of Education has unveiled a program to help community colleges reach more students by providing $50 million a year for open courses. These would be free online classes for community colleges. The program would support the development of 20 to 25 high-quality courses a year with the goal of making Americans more prepared to enter the workforce. Our speaker today will speak to you about funding for online education and how we can change the perception of online education to make it an attractive option for college students. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Secretary of the U.S. Department of Education, Arnie Duncan.